न शोचति न कांक्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान यस्य मे प्रियः. See, when you study Vedanta, just like when you sit in meditation, you allow everything of the world to drop. Suppose you keep the entire baggage of the world. Means what? The number of ideas and concepts that you have, that is what you have, that is the world that you hold on to. You keep all of it with you and sit in meditation. Will there be any meditation? Similarly, when you study a text, when you are studying Gita 12th chapter, if this shakes you, then you will become unconscious if you study Ashtavakra Gita or Yoga Vasishtha. Then we have to pull some physicians to test people. So you should not carry the baggage into the classroom. You should leave it outside. Keep an open mind. Otherwise you will not be able to handle this. Shubha Shubha Parityagi. You look at it. You come and explain to me what does it mean? Say what Shankara says, Shubha Shubhe Karmani Parityaktum Shelam Asya. You see, you are a doer. You fix yourself as a doer. And you want the results to be enjoyed. So you are an enjoyer. That is how the whole world is. And you want to be the same. How can you be the same while studying Vedanta? It is not possible. If you want to study Vedanta, then you are not the Karta Bhokta. You have to know yourself as Akartru Abhoktru Atma. So first you give up the Bhoktrutvam. When you give up the Bhoktrutvam means the desire for Sukha, you give up. The aversion for Dukkha also you give up. That is the Bhoktrutvam. People want to enjoy pleasures and avoid pains, both together. So experiencing pain is also Bhoktrutvam. Therefore, it is like eating a palli, the peanut. They are very tasty and you are enjoying, and suddenly a bad peanut goes into the mouth and you bite it and the whole mouth becomes very bitter and you don't like it. Life is like that, Sukha Dukkha. So you want all good peanuts only, no bad one. So that both are Bhoktrutvam. You have to avoid the bad peanut, a bad nut, and you have to enjoy the good one. That both are Bhoktrutvam. So as a Bhokta, you have to give up this desire for the result thereof. Karma phala. Means you give up both, not just the desire for pleasure only you give up, no. The other one is implied. So you don't mind going through an experience of pain also. When you prepare yourself like that, then only you will not have pain. Otherwise the pain will haunt you. Anyway, so you give up Bhoktrutvam. Then you give up Kartrutvam also. In fact, it is enough you give up Bhoktrutvam. Kartrutvam will drop off by itself. It is something like you keep the body still. Mind will keep itself still. You need not do anything about it. So similarly, give up ma phaleshu kadachana. At any time, do not seek the result thereof. Thereof means of the karma. The kartrutvam will fall off by itself. Like a dry leaf, it will fall off. So now you are not going to do either good karmas or bad karmas. Suppose there is a ritual which will bring some joy or some pleasure. You are not going to do it. You are not interested in it. So that means you will do bad karmas? Arepa, you don't do bad karmas either. You are beyond both. Shubha Shubha Karmani. Shri Krishna says in another place, this is not the only place, it came elsewhere also. So, Mokshyase Karma Bandhanat. Shubha Shubha Phalairevam Mokshyase Karma Bandhanaihi. Evam, by following this wisdom, this way, you will become free from Shubha as well as Ashubha, Phala. Both are bondage. Shubha, the auspicious, the enjoined karma, the mandated karma, the auspicious karma, is a golden shackle. And Ashubha is an iron shackle. So it is like asking, do you want to be like a crow which is imprisoned in a dirty cage? Or do you want to be a parrot held within a golden cage? Which one you want to be? Sochna hona. So thinking should be there. No, we want to be the second one. You are a Buddha. You don't know. You don't want. It is in Saudi Arabia, when a person is to be beheaded, that is how they implement the capital punishment, an old-fashioned way. They did not feel the need to change it. So it continues even today. There is a place called Chop Square. They chop the head. They chop the head. And they have arrangements for the blood to flow, so that the blood won't spill around. It will go into the sewage, and some slope etc. is made, and nice marble floor etc., so that blood will easily be washed away. And so they put a stool there, and they put the head and chop it. Then somebody will come with a water pipe, and it is all done nicely. So, but the person who is to be beheaded, if he is an ordinary person, he will be beheaded with a steel sword. But if he belongs to the Prince Royal Palace, because there are 162 princes, and each prince has 2, 3, 4 families, and so they all, thousands of them, belong to the royal family, the clan, thousands and thousands of them. One of them commits a crime, and the judge gives the law applies equally to all. That is a good point, you know. The judge gives capital punishment, but he is from the royal clan. The name suggests the same. Then he will be given the chance of being beheaded by a golden sword. So now you want to be beheaded by a steel one or golden one? Which one you want? We don't want any one of them. Shubha, Shubha. You see, people ask me for Muhurta. Muhurta is the correct time which is auspicious for a job to be done. You see, I am not the right person to determine that, because a long time back, not even recently, I don't even remember, I have gone beyond that. I have just gone beyond. I don't know why. I have just gone beyond. I must have given a thought to it. Time is a myth. Time is only when you are conscious of time. Otherwise there is no time. Time is a mental category. And so it is a projection in the first to begin with, and within that projection, this is the good projection, that is the bad projection. What is good and bad about it? It is only the pragmatism, which is the best time for a given context. What is the best time? Pragmatically. That is the Shubha. Like they ask me when I am going to America, they ask me, Swamiji, what is the Muhurtam for America? My Muhurtam for America is evening 5. Why? Why evening 5? Because the flight is at night 9. That's why. There is no other reason. Every minute, every second is pious, and therefore there is nothing like Shubha, Ashubha. Then I ask you a question. You please think and tell me. Suppose you want to pray to God, in which direction you should face? Arepa, any direction is okay. Brahma purastat, Brahma paschat, Brahma uttarataha, Brahma dakshinataha, Brahma urdhvam, Brahma adhastat. Now which direction you will face, it doesn't matter. But suppose you want to say, I want to offer arghyam to the rising sun, then you have to face a direction. There is a context, Therefore, in my case, I don't remember when I have gone beyond. I have gone beyond directions also. So, when I have given up the geocentric model, when I was quite young, I think I was in college, and I gave up the geocentric model. It is not for me. Because it is against the reality. You should go by the truth. You cannot hold on to this silly thinking that the sun is going around the sun, around the earth. That cannot be the truth. That is not the truth. Why should you hold on to it? It is silly. So I gave it up. Once you know the earth is going around the sun, and then there are no directions now. East, west, north, south are valid only when the earth is flat. That is the flat earth model. Then only east, south, north, west. If you go above the earth, then there are no directions. Can you visualize that? No directions, unless you say there are 360 directions. There are no directions. In a very limited way, taking earth as flat, taking sun going around the earth, then only you will have directions. Otherwise there are no directions. East, west will not be there. For a practical purpose, you can still keep your directions, but convert them into psychological directions. Not the physical directions, psychological directions. Means east is better than west for some psychological reason. South is very bad because you are afraid of death, and there is an association between south and death. So this way, you have to go beyond. I have gone beyond. I am telling you, I have gone beyond. And then suppose you do what needs to be done. You don't even do. It gets done. It happens. Then what is Shubha and what is Ashubha in it? What is Shubha and what is Ashubha? For a religious mind, quite a few things are Ashubha. Like I tell you, if you ask a religious person, this flower is good for worship, but this flower is prohibited for worship. You know that? It is not worthy flower for worship. They don't allow certain flowers for worship because they are not worthy. They are called unfit for worship. They are categorized like that. I know the Telugu name, Sampangi. It's a tree with flowers. Every flower will have 4 leaves. That kind of a flower it is. 4 foliate, quadrifoliate it is. 4 leaves will be there, every flower. 4 leaves like. You can get the fragrance of the flower from a mile distance. And in South India, they put these flowers in coconut oil and soak the flowers in the oil, and then they remove the flowers. That oil will be fragrant for 1 year, and they apply to the head. But that flower is unfit for worshipping God. You should not worship God with that flower. And if you put that flower in the flowers that you give to the person who is doing worship, put that flower and give, he will throw the basket at you, flower basket at you. How dare you give such an unfit flower for worship? Don't you have eyesight or what? Like that he becomes angry. Now, you want to be into that kind of a situation? No, not for me. I go beyond these things. So, that's why I say what Saint Francis said, love and do what you will. When there is love in your heart, you cannot do a wrong thing. That is the message. That is bhakti. That's why there are stories to support this kind of bhakti. Shubha Shubha Parityagi. So, there are verses, a person, he uses whatever implements he had to worship God. But all of them are prohibited items only. You cannot use any one of them to worship God. But he emerges as the greatest of the God's devotees. That is the story. Therefore, so this is Shubha, Ashubha. This is good, that is bad. You see, there is a thing called God consciousness. There is a thing called samsara consciousness. In samsara consciousness, you are constantly conscious of good, evil. You are conscious of auspicious, inauspicious. You are conscious of sacred and defiling or defiled. Constantly conscious. And that is how you are caught between these opposites. That is the samsara consciousness, east, west, north, south, etc. Whereas in God consciousness, the armada of evils and virtues is drowned in the vast ocean of oneness with Ishvara. So all these opposites are drowned in that sarvatma bhava. So, therefore, when you identify with a physical body and mind, then you develop a few ideas that this is good, that is bad, etc. Then only you see the opposites, then only you find the perfection and imperfection, etc. When you do not identify with a given body-mind, you go beyond all these opposites, because what you call imperfect is very much within the Saguna Ishvara, is very much part and parcel of Saguna Ishvara. There is nothing other than Ishvara, and therefore Shubha and Ashubha, these opposites, you give up. Shubha Shubha Parityagi. Shankara, he has added the word karma because all desires and hatred, etc., that are talked about above, yona harshyate na dveshti, etc. So when there is harsha, you engage in a variety of actions. When there is dvesha, again you push yourself into a field of activity. Therefore, keeping that action context in mind, Shankara said, so Shubha Shubha Parityagi, Shela, the Shelarthe, Ninihi, I told you, that Pratyaya, which means the nature. So that means consistently a jnani or a bhakta consistently goes beyond. Not one type going beyond or two times going beyond, consistently goes beyond the Shubha and Ashubha. Goes beyond these divisions of auspicious and inauspicious. That's why people are approaching you, so he is auspicious, he is inauspicious. And so like that we divide people. And so he can come into the temple, he cannot come into the temple. God doesn't stop anybody. And a man stops, you take the Tekedari, the middleman status, and you stop people. Who are you to stop? It should not be done like that. The individuals will, they decide to worship God, then they can decide to worship. We have a model in North India, which is not there in South India. South Indians are more conventional. When the entire North India defeated Indira Gandhi, South India has given victory to Indira Gandhi. South India is like that. More conventional. More conventional means what? More obscurantist ityarthaha. South India is like that. In North India, they are more progressive because they have seen the invasions and all the ups and downs of history they were going through. Therefore, that gave them an opportunity to grow out of these petty divisions. Whereas in South India, we never knew what is a battle, leave alone a war. And so we had some nice rice, and so we continuously consume it and become lazy and all that. So in North India, you can go and worship God. I went to Varanasi. I took a lota, copper one, and filled it with Ganga water. And politely, very obediently, I was very unsure of myself. I am such a person, a timid guy. So I was about to request the Purohit. He asked, what is it? Ganga. What do you want me to do? No, you put it on Shivalinga. You put it? Oh, can I put it? Yeah. Go ahead. And he went away. Then I was not sure what I heard correct. I was not sure. Then somebody told, you go there to the Shivalinga, you can go, yeah. And you put there. Then I realized, you cannot even imagine anything like that in South India. The god will be defiled. And they have to do samprokshanam for 3 days to purify the god. They are very busy purifying god occasionally. Our friends, they are always busy. Whenever they get an idea, they start purifying god. Amazing people. Not in North India. I went to Nageshwar, that is Gujarat Jyotirlinga, and the Purohit told, you go and do puja. So, should I remove my shirt? I don't know, if you want to remove, you remove. All ladies are there, you want to remove your shirt? So I forgot about it and went and did by Abhishekam myself. That is how they are. In California, there is a place where I have done some camps like this. Attend a camp in California, in mountains. There is a huge, nice temple put up by some Mahatma from Madhya Pradesh. And Rama and Hanuman temple. You collect a few flowers if you wish, they are around. And they are put there also. You can pull up, take some flowers, go inside. You have to bend your head. Purposefully it is kept small. And go inside and offer the flowers. And if you want prasadam, you offer naivedyam. And take your prasada with you. I loved that model. I love it. I never made any temple because it is not in my psyche. I always tried to make a temple in the hearts of people. That is better, I thought. So I never made a temple in steel and concrete. But had I made a temple, I would have made it like that. It is always open. No locking, nothing. We don't put ornaments and all that so that you have to lock and put a security guard there. People are crazy. I mean, they are given to some funny ideas. So keep it open, always open. You need not even have a door. But all people have to do is bend and enter. And put someone in charge. Because these bhaktas, they don't maintain some cleanliness. They throw things around. They leave the flowers there. Somebody has to remove them. So like that, hand over the job of taking care of the upkeep of the place. You employ one guy. He will take care of the upkeep. You don't even put these doors. No, somebody will steal God. Who will steal God? If you put gold to the God, they will steal God. In South India, every day we hear news. The other day, Venkateshwara Swami's 3 crowns were stolen. Then I never knew that there were 3 crowns. Then they told 19 crowns are there. Then it's okay, because 16 more are there, use them. You have to go beyond. Shubha, Shubha, Parityagi. There is nothing like Shubha and Ashubha. So go beyond. Okay? So Shankara says Karmani. Shubha, Shubhe, Karmani, Parityaktum, Shelam, Asya. So you have to go into the level of Karma Sannyasa. Karma Sannyasa, I have already told you. Karma Sannyasa is cognitively you give up the sense of doership. Once there is no sense of doership, there is nothing like Shubha and Ashubha. Everything is God. Samashatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh shitoshna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarjitaha. I told you the armada of opposites. Good and evil, Shubha, auspicious and inauspicious. Then friend and foe. There is no friend and foe. Then why you talk of friend and foe? For the Mahatma, they are neither friends nor foes. For the Mahatma, no friend, no foe. All are Atma. But from their side, there could be friendship or animosity. So from the other person's side, he may consider the Mahatma as a friendly guy. Other person may consider the Mahatma as an enemy. It is possible, And therefore, those who look at the Mahatma as friends, Mahatma treats them with love. Those who look at the Mahatma with hatred and behave accordingly, the Mahatma treats them again with love. That is the meaning of Samashatraucha Mitrecha. Not that Mahatma has friends and foes and he treats them equally. If Mahatma has really friends and foes, how can he treat them equally? He will not be able to treat equally. So from his side, no friend and foe. Only from the side of devotees. Not devotees, other people. Okay? So, then there is not much in the Bhashya, only one word I have put there. Then Mana and Apamana. You see, people want to be revered. They want reverence from others. Why do you need reverence from others? Why? What could be the reason for it? Because I feel empty within if there is no reverence coming from others. It is like that. Some of these political meetings, they will have a big dais. And on the dais, they put 30 chairs. Because everybody worth the name as a leader wants to sit on the dais. And there is such a tremendous competition for a seat on the dais. They all want to be photographed along with the central leader. They all want to occupy the same dais which is occupied by the central leader. That is how the politicians are. And then the central leader also wants all of them because he wants their votes. It's a very funny world. So after putting 30 chairs, and now 30 people are occupying, still some more people are left behind. And they have to be put on the dais. And now there is no place on the dais. Then they become angry. Oh, you want us to sit in the audience? To hell with you. They walk away. And if the person is walking away, how many votes are walking away, we don't know. If you enter into politics, you want votes. So, therefore, sometimes what happens, the dais, while making it, it was not made very strong enough that the dais collapses. So many people are sitting there and some of them are quite heavy too. And so the dais collapses. How many times this dais collapsing happens, How many times? Do you have any idea? I was keeping a count. The count has crossed 100. I was following. Following means not that I plan and follow. I don't plan and follow. Like I read New York Times. I don't plan. In fact, we have a rule. We don't purchase the newspaper and read it. That is our rule. Only if it comes free, we read it. We don't purchase. In our village, we never have the habit of purchasing the newspaper. Somebody else purchases and we read it. And sometimes we read yesterday's newspaper today because they don't want it. We collect it and ask, all of you have read? Yes, sir, you take it. Okay, then you take it and then you read it. So you don't plan to read New York Times. I never planned to read New York Times. But suddenly I see it. And then look around. Can I take it? Yes, you can take it. Then I take it and I read it. So I kept a count, not without any plan. I kept the count goes on. And so more than 100. The other day, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister, Chandrababu Naidu, along with 30 other colleagues, fell down as the dais collapsed. That is the latest incident. So all the people want to be revered. Everybody want to be revered. All the people want to sit inside the palanquin. Then who will carry the palanquin? Fortunately in India there is enough population, so they carry. Always you find people to carry. So you have to come out of that mode. You should not care for all that. Only when you are poor within. I'll say a few things. You please think about it. My intention is to make you think, nothing more. You show me a person who decorates the home, the body, the home, etc. elaborately. People do that. Why they do that, even unbeknownst to them, they do it because they are very poor inside. Very poor. Pathetically poor. Therefore, they are trying to fill that gulf in their heart by putting some decorating pieces here and there. There is a thing called beauty of the empty spaces. People don't know it. Beauty of the empty spaces. They don't leave any empty space. They have to put some decorative piece there. If I am meditating, they think that they don't notice that a person is meditating. They will put a decorative piece on my head also. Some flower vase or whatever. People have gone crazy, I tell you. There is a proverb in Hindi. You see, the entire village water supply is supplied from one source, and in that water some intoxicant is mixed. Now the entire village is intoxicated. That is how the society is. It is not that one person is intoxicated, he stands out. Then the whole village is intoxicated, who stands out? The society is like that. So in Hindi they say, kuye mein bhang pada hai. That is how they say. So people go crazy. So they have to decorate. So they have to decorate every wall. They have to decorate the wall. It is empty, it is beautiful. No, you have to decorate it. And so like that. A teapot. Teapot is for what? To put a cup of tea there while drinking. It is hot. You want to. That is for teapot. And the teapot is filled with so much material that you cannot put your teacup on it anymore. You cannot put a book on it, you cannot put a newspaper, no place. And if you put a teacup, the tea will spill because so many things are there. You touch, you move the hand, something will fall. You show me a home which is empty, no decoration, empty, a chair or whatever, utility based. That heart is a full heart. People are poor within. Therefore, they want to fill that emptiness with outer trappings, like reverence given by others. So you seek reverence. You want to be garlanded. And you see, the garlands are the most dangerous things because they don't put nice flowers in the garland. They pull all kinds of leaves and make a garland out of it. Leaves and flowers. The flowers have no smell, and the leaves are smelling of leaves only. What else they will smell? And then that garland they put. And a thick rope-like thing they put for those flowers and leaves. It is not a smooth twine. It is a thick rope that you use to tie the bags and all that, that kind of a rope. That they put in the neck. And it is filled with water, dirty water. That person who sells the garlands, he puts the dirty water there and he will be sprinkling this dirty water all of them. It is dripping of dirty water, and you bring it and put in my neck. And it is smelling bad. And my upper cloth has become all wet with dirty water, and I am getting bad smell. Then suddenly, to my horror, I found a small caterpillar moving in that garland. This happened to me. I requested people, spare me, please. Therefore, when you seek garlands, respect, etc., this is how you end up. You should become equanimous to that. Shankara, mana pamanayoho, puja paribhavayoho. Somebody reveres you, which is fine. Somebody ill-treats you, that is also fine. Sometimes it is good also. because that gives you a space, an opportunity to invoke that space. Do you have a space or not? You will know. Do you have a space or not? I was flying from New York to San Francisco, and this young lady who is the hostess, and so she asked me, she is distributing food, some packets. She offered, I said, vegetarian? Where from I will get vegetarian for you? Okay. Keep it there. Have a good day. So she was very annoyed. I smiled and she went away. And then she felt, oh, I should not have behaved. I am a customer and I have given that vegetarian. I planned these things very correctly, I told you. The planning, the chronological planning. So I have purchased the ticket in good time so that I get a good deal. And also I put my preference for food, Asian, vegetarian, I put it there. And I mentioned to her. She said, I don't find it here. Okay, God bless you. Then she went and checked and all that and found probably she thought she was not appropriate in her thinking, whatever. Then she came with a plate in which she managed to get a few things from her store and put some salad, some bread and some butter, etc. and very politely gave it to me. Therefore, you need to have your space. You cannot get up and shout, what is this, what is that? You should not do that. Suppose you do that, then you may claim that it is in my right to demand what I deserve, etc. You can claim like that. That is how the world works. But you want to rise above the world. You don't want to be part and parcel of this crazy world. So you want to rise above. Therefore, when the other person tests your patience, your endurance, your goodwill, your that inner space, do you have that inner space or not? Because puja and paribhava, they are states of mind. Do you identify with those states or do you have a space? It is a proof for yourself that if you have a space, then you will be the very happy person. I will tell you a secret. When you see there is a transformation within you, you know what is transformation? You move ahead. Spiritually, you transform spiritually and you notice it in yourself. That is the moment of extreme joy in life. That is when you will be fulfilled. Therefore, when the other person misbehaves and you prove that you have that inner space, because the other person cannot hurt you unless you allow the other person to hurt you. I am not talking about physical. There is no physical. It is all psychological only. Even what you call physical is psychological only. Suppose the other person assaults you. Physically it doesn't hurt you much. Pushes you away. Oh, he pushed me. How much? Your bone is broken or what? No. Maybe there is an injury, no injury. Then what is your problem? No, he has pushed me. That is psychological. Therefore, hurt is psychological. Physical hurt is not a problem. You can put a Johnson & Johnson putty and that will be taken care of. Psychological hurt, it is the dangerous thing. It is there only when you allow it to happen to you. You don't allow it to happen. You maintain that buffer. Nobody can insult you. You try to insult me, I will see. You cannot insult. You will take back your words. You say things which are aimed at insulting me, but then you find that I am not insulted. Then you will take back your words. You will find that your words have no meaning. You take them back. I will be waiting for you to take back your words. I will not be even waiting. So like that. So you maintain that equanimity in the face of reverence or the opposite, an insult. Puja paribhava. That is mana, apamana. Apamana is same as avamana. The mana, the opposite, Put ava or appa, you get the opposite. Then cold and hot, Shita and Ushna. I'll tell you a small experiment. You take 3 bakers, glass bakers or cups, and put water in 3 of them. The first one has water at 50 degrees centigrade. Don't make it too hot, otherwise your finger will be hurt. The second one is at ambient temperature, means the room temperature, maybe 25 degrees, let us say, or maybe 30 degrees, maybe, okay. Then the third one has some ice floating in the water, so it will be around 0 to 4 degrees, maybe 2 to 4 degrees. These are the 3 cups. Take these 2 fingers, index fingers, and put this finger in the hot water, this finger in the cold water. Both fingers hurt. This finger hurts because of the heat, this finger hurts because of the cold. Hurt means a little hurt, not that you will become really hurt. And then both our fingers are hurting. Take them simultaneously at the same time and put in the central water, which is at ambient temperature. This finger feels cold, this finger feels warm. You got the experiment? Sukha dukkha are like that. So what you call sukha need not be sukha. Like this finger tells, hey, this water is cold. This finger tells, hey, this water is hot. Now that water, is it hot or cold? Neither. It is at ambient temperature. Your fingers are misleading you. Similarly, you expect a thing to happen and therefore it is sukha. You don't expect a thing to happen, therefore it is dukkha. You reorganize your expectation. The best way is to drop all expectations. That's the best way. Don't expect anything and see what happens. You will become free from this swaying of sukha and dukkha. This yo-yo, yo-yo, or swaying, or getting buttressed by sukha and dukkha. Shankara gives the example of a dried pumpkin, dry, hollow pumpkin, caught in the waves of an ocean. One wave takes it up and puts it on the top. And in the next moment, the same wave or another wave takes it down into the depths of the ocean. Then one more wave pulls it up and puts it on the top. Another wave takes it to the depths of the ocean. That is the alabu, they call it in Sanskrit, a dried pumpkin or a dried gourd, there is a gourd, dried one. So jivas are like that. They are caught in the crest and the trough of the waves of life. Sukha is the crest, trough is the dukkha. Again sukha, again dukkha. People are caught in this inexorable cycle of sukha and dukkha. You should avoid it. You should not get caught in that. You should go into the depths of the ocean where there are no waves, where there is no going up and falling down. You abide in that inner silence. No sukha, no dukkha. You go beyond sukha dukkha. And so how do you go beyond sukha dukkha? By maintaining that equanimity of the mind. Sukha dukkheshu samaha. Like shitoshna. See, if you follow the news channels, now they will start telling the sun is blazing. This summer is the harshest summer of all history of mankind. That is how every news channel will be making a huge hullabaloo about the hot weather. Then the hot weather is over, then the rains start coming. Then the news channels will be making a lot of noise that this rainy season has spoiled this. There those trees have fallen, one tree has fallen, and all the crops were submerged. The government is not doing anything. Who will do anything? Government is, where is the government? Now you want the government to come with an umbrella and put on your head or what? So they make a huge noise about it. And then comes the winter. Now the winter is killing people. In UP, 10 people were killed. So many people die all the time. They attribute it to the winter. And government should give compensation. When a person died, to whom do you give compensation? People who are left behind. Very crazy society, I tell you. Really. You see, when a person dies, they don't cry for the person who has gone. They cry for the government to give compensation. So there is a premium in death. And if he committed suicide, the premium becomes 5-fold. All the better. Therefore, there is a premium on suicide. Therefore, the politicians, they have put a premium on suicide. And therefore, any person who is in some kind of a distress, who is facing some calamity in his life, instead of standing up and facing it, he will commit suicide. Because he is assured of his family getting 5 lakh rupees after he commits suicide. But only thing is, it has to be recorded as a suicide. So he will make the arrangement for it, and he commits suicide, and the family says when this person goes, oh, who is that person? He is my husband. What is he? He is a farmer. Why he committed suicide? Because the crop did not give the expected yield. But then some yield has come, but that loan is there. Therefore he committed suicide. So now what are you doing? I am waiting for the government to do something about it. But already 3 hours has elapsed that he committed suicide. The government did not do anything yet. 3 hours only. So the political establishment in India have put a premium on suicide. That's why you get so many suicides. The day they just tell people, don't commit suicide. Suicide is a proof of the weakness of mind. It doesn't prove anything else. It doesn't prove anything except that you are weak in mind. And government is not going to compensate. When people are weak in mind, the government is not going to compensate. It is people's money only after all. Suppose government says a few things like this and act upon it, people will stop committing suicides, I tell you. That's why in India, the politics is a very messy thing. So anyway, you know better than that. So I gave the negative example. Generally examples are given negative and given extreme also to make a point. The point is sukha dukkheshu samaha. Sangha vivarjitaha. This attachment, we have seen that, you know. You should not be attached to anything. Attachment, you know, the world has no hooks at all. The world has only got rings. All the hooks are yours. Got what I mean? You are throwing the hooks. The world has no hooks. The world doesn't throw any hooks at you because it has no